Walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him, on God. Walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him, on God.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to The Rush. It's your boy, Maxx Crosby. I'm here with my brothers, Brogan Roback, Darian Terrell. We are back in the flesh. And the vibes around here are a little bit different than last week.
Why?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play today. First game I haven't played in, but it's for the better cause. Getting better every single day, 1%. Working relentlessly, and we'll be back out in the field in a very, very short time. But more importantly, the boys.
Big dub.
Big dub.
Huge dub.
Big dub. Took down Cleveland 20-16. Came right down to the end. We made it a little more interesting than we needed it to be. But, I mean, where do I start?
I mean, what did you see today? I mean, let's talk first. I think you're a routine guy. We've talked about that a million times.
Yeah.
So for you, what was the routine like today? And what was your day like? Because I know you wanted to chew through the TV screen to get out there.
I know. It was different, to say the least. Obviously, I wanted to be there on the sideline with my guys. That was the first thing, and I, definitely fought over that. And AP wanted me to be on the sideline, but under the, advice of Alex Guerrero, the training staff,
Guru,
everybody, they didn't want me on my feet for 4 hours, and they know how I am. I'm going to be.
You'd be jumping
I would
and
be on the field by the second quarter somehow in full pads. So they know how I am, and it's about gaining yardage and winning. So for us, they thought it was best for me to stay home, rehab, do my thing. So yeah, my routine is a little bit different. I came in bright and early this morning, got in the building, got with Alex, got my ankle worked on again, body, flush, everything. Got in the tubs in my routine. Ate breakfast with Rick Slate, the GOAT. Big shout to Rick if you're watching. Dude, I wouldn't be here without him. But yeah, it was different. And then I went home, immediately started rehabbing, got my feet up, watched some Red Zone, chilled with Ella and Rach, and then I was just waiting in anticipation for the game. So I was dialed in. It was a lot different. Being home, not being with the guys, it was just weird. And I didn't want anybody in my house. I was there by myself.
Yeah.
And I was solo, and I was screaming from start to finish, especially after the slow start. Yeah. I was definitely on edge. My dogs jumped a few times, to say the least. Yes. Almost had a heart attack, but we found a way. And I got to give a big shout out. Obviously I'm a little bit biased, but the D-line. I mean, the D-line showed up and showed out. So
they really did.
I mean, it was
Adam
legendary.
Butler.
He's
going to be an unsung hero because it's not going to show up on the stat lines, but my man balled out.
Bro, he balled out. And I feel like we talk about him every single week, and rightfully so.
I want to say you manifested some of it.
100%.
Or he gets to sneak
I'll
peek
give myself
into
a little tap on the shoulder, but that's a dude I believe in more than damn near anybody.
Yeah.
One of the best teammates I've been around, and just his work ethic. A dude that's in year, I think, 8 now, flying around the way he flies around, doesn't get all the stats, but he's always setting up things for other guys. And you've seen it again today on the game with Christian, and where J-Rob got the half sack. He was the one that took two, the center and guard, and it was a runaway to the quarterback. And then at the end, had the run stop, the tackle on the screen, ran Deshaun out of bounds on one of the
back to back,
all in crucial moments, end of the game, mastered big moments. So a guy like that, it's unsung hero. And then you got Christian balled out. J-Rob got a half sack, which I was happy about. Our boy Snowden with the closer.
One of the tougher names.
Charles Snowden, also known as the Blizzard.
Great movie.
He's known as the Blizzard.
Snowden?
We're going to get that going. Yeah, we're going to call him.
Little FBI, little CIA.
Yeah.
Just watching through the cameras.
Yeah, exactly. Just peeking around. Yeah, big shout out to Snowden.
Snowden did well.
Max, can you speak to that, though? The importance of a guy like Adam Butler, even Christian Wilkins, the experience, because there was probably not a lot of experience out on the field in the D-line position group today. So just having those guys out there who played a lot of ball, and you spoke to it, there's a lot of games being played that they could just set up perfectly.
Yeah.
So do you think that how important is that today, having those two guys and just kind of leading the pack?
No, for sure. And you got to mention Jenkins, too. Big Jank, year, I think, 19 now for him. So
Big dog.
Big dog, the OG. Suge Knight. He held it down. But yeah, just seeing those dudes step up and obviously, our ends have been, Malcolm went out, I was out. I mean, we have, we brought in Casey, Clavon Chase on off, literally from a different team, and now he's playing automatically, and like, Snowden, J-Rob, all those dudes, like they knew they had to step up and be a big part of us winning today, because if they didn't, we wouldn't have got the win. And just to see them close the game, and Snow running Deshaun down and getting the sack to close it, like that shit was legendary. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs. It was legendary. So can't give enough credit to those guys, and I know how much it meant to them. It's tough, especially in a position like that where the outside world has a lot to say coming off a bad loss to Carolina. It's all about how you respond, and myself being out, and those guys taking that personal. Like, obviously I was out, but they're like, no, like we're gonna go in here and play our best ball, and they did that. So, I could say a million things about those guys, but D-line showed up. DBs showed up in a major way. I think they only threw for 176 yards. Got a pick.
Isaiah Palomalo? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Palomalo.
Yeah.
Palomalo.
That's tough.
He stepped
Shout out
up.
to him.
Bro, he was
eating today.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
And
the missus was with us.
Bro, the missus was in the suite.
She deserves a shout out too. Apparently she's due next month or next week.
She put her, like, she could have gone into labor. When he got that sack, she jumped up, she was screaming, and I was like, hey, like, you need some water? Are we good? And she was just doing her breathing techniques and all that. But, I mean, how can you not? That was an unbelievable play.
Yes.
And then, we get another sack right afterwards.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And that dude's he's been in the facility with me damn near the whole offseason.
Yep.
And it doesn't surprise me. Me and him have a lot of conversations. And that dude is motivated. He's hungry. And, obviously it's unfortunate the way he got to step into the starting role with Epps going down last week. But
next man up today.
Next man up. And Isaiah stepped the up, and he made that big play on the third down where they threw it to Judy, and Nate was guarding him. Nate was in a good position, but Deshaun low-key put it right in the breadbasket, and Isaiah smoked him and got him off the field on the third down. So that dude is everywhere, and every time he's on the field, he makes plays. So big shout out to Zay as well. Nate Hodge is balling. JB again, Jacorian Bennett stepped up. He's been locked down. I mean, JB doesn't get enough credit. I mean, obviously he's young. He's a new starter, but he's been playing great all year.
That's the best game collectively I think the secondary has had so far this year. Obviously
they stepped up. And then Spillane. I mean, you can start with Spillane. Mari Burney was flying around. Luke. I mean, there's a lot of guys that had to step up, and we answered the call. So it was great to see.
What's really cool is being able to see how the team, because after last game, obviously you weren't at your best health-wise, right? You couldn't give everything. But you are typically the source on the defense.
Yeah.
Now with you not even being on the sideline, not being playing, seeing how they react and how they play this game, could have gone one of two ways.
Yeah.
But you had everybody stepping up and playing good fundamental football as a group collectively, which was the opposite of what it was last week. So couldn't have come at a better time, and it was fun to watch.
And think about it too. Not even you have Max on the defense side of the ball, captain, and then you have Devontae, who's the voice on the offense side of the ball. Both guys not out there today.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a big growth spot for you guys in this game today, right?
No, for sure. I mean, for sure.
That was something we talked about last week. I don't know how far you want to go into it, but guys stepping up. That's why we just said next man up. But guys stepping up and making plays and changing the culture, which is what you guys have been talking about.
100%. Having the next man up mentality. It's both sides of the ball too. Like Jacoby Myers is stepping up. Trey Tucker continues to make more and more plays. Alexander Madison's stepping up more and more every week. There's just, you can go, you talk about Brock Bowers. Dude's a dog. Literally, Georgia Bulldog. But over and over again, there's so many examples. Meathead, our left guard, JPJ stepping up and getting his first start. He played well too. So there's so many guys you can point at, but yeah, it's a big sign for us. Seeing we talk about resiliency and stepping up and not riding that emotional roller coaster. And we had a lot of adversity today. We started down 10-0. We score 20 unanswered, and then all of a sudden they get a fumble, return it for a touchdown, and then they got the ball with a chance to go win it at the end, and we called the game. So it just, guys didn't flinch, they didn't blink, and they stepped up when needed it most. So it was awesome to see. So now, we're 2-2, like we talked about last week. We're going to be 2-2 after we beat Cleveland. We did that, and now we got to go beat Denver. So it's going to be exciting.
Of the season.
Yeah, first quarter 2-2. We beat two good ass teams from the AFC North, which is not easy to do. We've taken a couple tough losses, but It's all about how you respond and what you're doing right now. So I'm happy where we're at right now.
For sure. And everyone's 2-2 right now in the division outside of the Chiefs. So it's a battle, which it is
the
every
whole league's a toss-up right now.
It is.
Everybody.
To be honest.
It is.
Ravens are 2-2 now. It feels like everybody damn near.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're right. It is up for grabs. There's no clear-cut team right now. So
No, hell no.
off to the races.
Yeah, so the next, what everybody's going to want to ask is, how are you looking for next week?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm taking it one day at a time. That's my mentality right now. The discussion started on, I believe, Monday of last week. I had no intention of sitting out or anything like that. I wanted to play. But, we had a long talk with Alex, Tim, the whole crew. And they, everybody was on board with getting me a whole week to, I'm still training, still doing what I'm doing, but it's just in a different way and rehabbing and getting this ankle right. So, once I came to peace with that, I was, obviously I was like, no at first, but not feeling like myself out on the field and not being able to fully affect the game that I know I can, like that f***ed me up a little bit against Carolina. And I knew, I've never missed a game, never missed a game my whole career, never missed a game in college, I don't even think I missed a game in high school. So it was just weird to me and different, but at the same time, it's the bigger picture. So I got to look at the full landscape of things. And this early in the season, I can't go out there and re-risk, it up and affecting and hurting the team, in that way. I know what I bring to the table and I know how I can change the game, and I want to be at my full version of myself because like I said, I started training in January for this season. So if I got to take one step back to take 3 forward, I'm going to do that. So I definitely plan on playing this week. That's the goal. That's where my mind's at. So, just taking it one day at a time, keep doing what I'm doing, and we should be flying in no time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably had a period of reflection. I mean, it depends on how personal you want to get, but you probably had some time of reflection, like, do you want to be out there and not at 100%? Do you feel like you're helping? Do you feel like you're hurting? We all will say you're helping, even if you're at 40%, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And same with the nation, but it's probably hard for you to sit there, watch a film, and be like, I'm not doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's probably a tough week. We know it's a tough week for you, and we know you wanted to be out there too, but it's a marathon.
No, it is. And that's the hardest thing too. Like, you hear all the noise and things like that. Oh, he's going to play. Is he not? Everyone thinks I should sit. Some people think I should just say f*** it. And at the end of the day, it comes down to myself. I know myself better than anybody, and I know where my heart's at. I would play with if I was 20% if it really came down to it, but like you said, my goals are to be the best, and it requires every bit of fiber in my body to go do that. And like last year with the knee situation, I had my knee blowing up every week, but I would drain it, and by the game day I was myself, you know what I mean? And I obviously wasn't 100%, but it wasn't a ligament or anything up. It was just my knee was blowing up every single week, so that was a little bit different. With the ankle, I mean, you can't go into a NASCAR race with a pop tire and expect to win. And for me, my goals, I haven't changed at all. You guys know what they are. I'm not going to say all specifics, but it's to be the best. And to do that, I needed to, like I said, take one step back and watch my brothers go to work and go get a win. And, everything is in front of us right now, so we're fired up.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah,
Dub,
sure.
and you're healing up.
That was big. That was so big.
I mean, the stadium was electric today.
Oh, ridiculous.
That was fun.
And it's crazy, right? Every time you come to Vegas, it is the destination. So if you have a good organization, they're going to travel. A lot of Browns fans in there, but when it was crunch time, you got rowdy in there for the nation.
I've seen the decibels get up there a lot, but when push came to shove, the nation was yelling.
Yeah, so
it was rowdy. No, that was a fun ass game.
Yes.
Yeah, and you see the guy in the crowd. I think it went viral eating the
leg,
the human leg, and was just chewing on it by himself, just looking down. I was like, okay, this dude. He wasn't expecting the camera on him either.
The dead Browns player leg or whatever.
But I love that guy.
They would just start barking at all the Browns fans as they're walking out.
Yeah, good. That's what we need.
Bring that leg to the next home game and get it signed.
Yeah,
100%. That should be like our new turnover chain. Just have the opponent's legs. Yeah, that'll be sick.
Right from the kneecap.
Showing him on the sideline. Yeah, Dan Campbell.
That's funny.
Okay.
Dan Campbell.
And then we'll go. All right. That was hell of a game. Great dub. Now we get on track. We do it again, and we hope to see 9-8 out there for Denver.
Amen.
But let's talk about, if we're going to talk Dubs, let's talk Dubs.
Let's talk Dubs.
Let's talk what our Eastern Michigan Eagles did.
I mean, come on. 52-33. Julian Edelman, if you're watching, I know you responded to me. Just want to say.
That was funny.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good sport. He reposted it, too.
He is. He is. But Kent State got their ass whooped.
Smacked.
By the fellow Eagles. And
yes.
It was straight domination.
52
it was straight
points.
domination. And the 33 that they scored, it was a little, end of game.
Yeah,
they're down by 30. We're playing prevent almost.
For sure.
Yeah. So we'll give you the 33 by default, but it was a straight ass whooping. So big shout out to Chris Creighton. Shout out to Scott Weatherby.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole squad. Ben Needham.
Are soaring.
The Eagles are soaring. And seeing 50 points on the scoreboard is a little rare for us.
That's fun.
That's fun to see.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's big.
What are they, 3-1, 4-1?
4-1.
4-1. I can forget their
4-1.
Yeah.
We're off to a phenomenal start.
Could be, honestly, that's got to be one of the better starts at Eastern.
Yeah.
4-1
since 2016.
Oh, what are the odds?
We got our fact checker over there now.
We do have a new fact checker, so if you guys want to
He's behind the scenes.
I did take a screenshot of that, the 2016.
Yeah.
I think it is 2016.
And if you go back to the Chris Creighton episode, he did say 2016, that team, line them up.
Line them up.
What a coincidence that, the squad's here.
The whole squad, the 2016 Bahama Bowl squad, is in the building. So
yes.
It just seems right.
Yeah.
We'll close the yearbook, and we'll move on to my the boys at the U. They came to play.
Wow.
What an ending!
Yes.
Electricity is what it was.
Yes.
100%.
Did you guys see the catch?
Really quick,
course.
just so you guys know how big of a
almost
fan
finished.
Darian is, we knew that he picked me up at the airport last week. You haven't even gone home yet out of Vegas, but NAU shirt. I almost said uniform. That's probably next.
No, maybe.
But
Jersey, yeah.
and I know he won't. He'll be like whatever. But Big D got married. D, can you flash to the camera how big of a fan you are to the U? Flash it.
Just show 'em.
Look at that little wedding gift the boy Max hooked him up with. But you see the orange in there.
I mean,
Come on now.
And what was I wearing around the casino and the hotel all weekend? Got my U hat.
Oh,
I went down to Lids, right over there on the strip.
He's all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
He
I'm
is.
telling you. I literally asked them if they could personalize it and say Cam Award for Heisman, and they were like, we can't. They're crazy. But
damn.
somebody can.
yeah. Someone will.
Somebody can.
Somebody can.
And I'm gonna
So they
get
better
that.
figure
Speaking of
that
which,
out.
Travis Hunter came out and you're talking about getting stuff customized. You see where that Bland shirt?
Who's
Yes,
bland?
yes.
What's your comment? You like it?
I love that he responded like that and then goes in the game and gets 100 yards or almost 100 yards and a pick.
9 receptions, 89 yards, a touchdown, and a pick.
And a pick.
In 3 quarters, and then what did he do when he scored? He hit that.
He hit the
Slow played it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
That
big
shit
shout out
was
to
fun.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Travis Hunter. He saw our thing, a little clip we sent him on the pod. He
love it.
responded, gave
Yeah.
us the boys a follow.
Yeah.
And me and him, we've been talking back and forth, having some good conversations. So
Good.
he got the right head on his shoulders. He's going to be a problem for years to come.
Game recognizes game.
We
No
saw him in
doubt.
the training room, and the game that was on TV was a Raiders game.
He was
Let's just
watching
get that
us.
circulating all over again. Early
was.
draft boards, get that conversation going.
We did see that, and it was when we beat the Ravens. I
Yeah.
think it was the play that they screenshotted was the sack I got in Lamar at the end.
was.
So that was, it's a little
we molding
foreshadow.
it?
Maybe we're molding it.
We're gonna mold that.
I don't know. I don't think it'll be.
The sim is listening.
I don't think it'll be possible for us to be right there, but
Nothing's
you never know.
impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But I would love to have Travis Hunter on the Raiders. I mean, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
What did Nebraska do?
They won. It was a nail biter first half. Terrible. What
Big
was
Ten
that?
football.
Two field goal blocks in the first half.
Yeah,
Wow.
they beat
And still went 0-0. They played Perdon't. Sorry, Aiden. Sorry. Aiden,
28-10.
I know he's listening because he is a big fan of the Rush.
Big fan.
Great guy.
And
Huge fan.
unbelievable guy.
Great guy.
But
Class
yeah,
act.
no, sorry. They didn't have it. And Rutgers looked okay. They poured it on at the end. Or Rutgers.
Well, they play Rutgers next
Rutgers
week.
did look good.
Well, they play
Rutgers did
Rutgers
look
next
good.
week, but Rutgers did do well. We watched that game,
Yeah.
sprinkled a little
We
bit.
did.
Hey, they were underdogs too, I believe.
Oh, against
I
Washington.
believe so. Yeah,
They
and
were.
They're balling, bro. Rutgers is what's the record?
Greg
now?
Schiano.
Are they 4-1 too?
I think
Or
they're undefeated.
They
They're
might
undefeated.
be 5-0.
Yeah, they're
They are.
undefeated.
Yeah,
we can
Rutgers.
fact check on that?
They're a sleeper.
I would love to
they're
see
5-0.
the record of the Pac-12 teams coming over and playing against the Big Ten so far in the new Big 12 or whatever the hell you want to call it, since there's so many teams in that in that conference now.
Yeah.
But it can't be good.
Throw the Mac in there. Let them ball a little bit.
Hey, okay.
We know.
You see
And
what
then,
the boys are doing.
and then Texas,
already know.
35-13 against Mississippi State.
Yeah.
But we got a big rivalry game next week for Texas.
yes, we do.
They got Jordan.
I'm
They got
just-
Oklahoma.
You see Darian. Going all in on the U.
Yeah.
Buying the hat, shirt. I mean, watch. I mean, everything. I think I might get an Arch Manning jersey.
What?
I think I might have to get one because I'm a full believer.
I want to ask you this.
I'm a full believer. Number one, Texas in the country, right here. And in 6th grade, it's almost like foreshadowing. When I moved to Texas, that was my first year playing there. We were the Longhorns, and we could pull up pictures because there's evidence. But we were the Longhorns. We were a very good team. So I think it's just foreshadowing to my full love for the Longhorns. Of course. I went to the camp as a tight end at Texas, and Charlie Strong was the head coach. I low-key had some crazy catches. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hype myself up, but I will a little bit because tight end's still in my future, I believe.
It is. And in your past.
Yeah, and in my past. So
See ya.
I'm a Texas guy to the core. Arch Manning all the way. I know Quinn Ewers went down, unfortunate, great quarterback. But Arch Manning is a problem.
So who do you roll? That's why I want to ask you. So now, when Quinn comes back, similar to the Justin Fields conversation, do you keep rolling with the guy that's winning? But they were also winning with Quinn when he went out.
You got to keep yours.
It's a real hard conversation.
Because I think it's a no-brainer.
Arch is different.
I think it's a no-brainer. You got to roll with yours.
Yeah, I think you do too.
No-brainer. He is that locker room. He leads that team. He is their quarterback.
No-brainer. Also,
he is their quarterback.
Like, there's no doubt.
Yes.
Arch.
He's cool, but
I don't know.
Make him hungry.
I think you put Quinn back in there, and then when they go to the playoffs, if something does go wrong, he gets hurt because, I hate to say this, he has been a little injury prone. So if he does go down, at least you have Arch who has reps.
Experience.
Yeah. And that's big. And then, then he rides off in the sunset.
Yeah.
Then Peyton and them are down there. They're kissing, they're hugging, they're rolling around, confetti's all over them. Yep.
All right, we're gonna keep moving on.
So I do think you keep your quarterback.
No, they're going to.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll get Arch in there. He'll be a great Texas quarterback, national champion, Heisman winner, first-round draft pick. But his time's not right now.
Yeah,
I firmly believe that.
Just so you know, fact checkers came in. The facts came in 3-4.
Who?
The Pac-12 is against the Big Ten so far in the new conference. So
3-4. Okay.
They're trying to show them. This is how we play ball over here.
Yeah. I wonder how many of those are at home versus away. Like, are all the wins in the West Coast and all the losses in the East Coast?
Michigan hasn't played an away game yet.
Well, yeah, because they haven't played anybody.
Darian, they play Texas.
They played
and
Texas.
USC.
Got walked.
I should defer that to Ohio State. Sorry about that.
And they beat, who did they beat? USC, and they threw for 37 yards, which is even crazier. But yeah, we'll see. That
was tough.
Texas Longhorns.
Yep.
Forever.
So we got that Texas-Oklahoma game next week.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to whoop Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not built like that.
Oklahoma, they got the best of me this weekend. Yep. 10 starters out, playing at Auburn. I'm thinking,
Yeah, that's a tough ass.
They had 5 of their starting receivers were all out.
That's crazy.
Auburn's.
And they still found a way to get a win, huh?
They won.
They won.
Auburn found a way to lose.
Auburn's struggling, though. Let's be real.
I know Texas is your team. I think
I'm not hating on Auburn,
I think Georgia's going to just take them down if they play. Do they play? Georgia, Texas?
Yeah,
they do.
October.
You think Georgia's going to take Texas down?
After what happened last night, they're pissed.
Kirby's not going to play that.
But they were getting smacked, though. Let's not forget.
But then
Kalen kind of took his foot off the gas.
A little bit.
We'll talk about it.
They didn't.
Alabama's on their ass.
Is it safe to say Kalen DeBoer is for sure the successor of Nick Saban now?
I'm just so glad.
Georgia win out the gate.
I'm just so glad that happened for him. There's so much shit that's talked about, and they were saying he's not the hire, all these things. He can't keep the players. He can't recruit. That motherfucker he can craft on offense.
Yes.
What?
And he can lead a group of people, which is what we always talk about is a catalyst to a good team.
100%.
All those guys that bought in, stayed, that came in from the transfer portal.
Yep.
That is a testament to Kalen DeBoer.
Big shout out to him. And
Shout
he's got
out Coach
Milroe
DeBoer.
playing his best ball.
100%.
He's got
free.
Milroe
He's not trying to change who he is.
Talk about that. What do you think it is about DeBoer that allows a quarterback to be able to be the best version of themselves?
That right there, he meets guys halfway, as opposed, in my opinion, right? And that's something when he took over the program, and he's now has taken over X amount of programs. But I think he does a really good job relating to the guys, and then obviously getting the most out of them, but not trying to. He coaches to how they play the game, in my opinion, as opposed to saying this is how we want Jalen. We want you to sit in the pocket, throw the ball, because you might have to do that in the NFL. Well, he can learn that when he gets to that point. Right now, just be a great athlete and extend plays and make plays, and that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, I don't know, man. The guys are wide open. It helps that. What's the guy's receiver name? Ryan Williams.
Oh my God,
he's a freak.
17 years old.
Now the receiver for Ohio State, Gino's cousin Smith, 2 one-handed grabs.
He's insane.
He's a filth bucket. And I drooled on the mic.
He started licking his lip, and he said it was such just pizzazz.
filth bucket. It's a filth bucket. Yeah. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
And am I wrong about DeBoer too?
They're both like 17 years old, and they're cooking the whole country.
They actually are both 17.
Yeah, so by the time we have kids and they're in high school playing, like, what the is that going to look like?
I don't know. The fact that I seen that Ryan Williams was born in 2007 freaked me out.
Yeah.
That freaked me the out. I'm like, in 2007, I remember watching Mike Conley and Greg Oden play in the national title. Don't ask me why. That's my first thought, but
it's because it was Ohio State.
Greg Oden?
Ohio State.
Yeah. They played Florida Gators, and low-key got ran, but that was a throwback. That was when Al Horford.
Those
dudes are still in the NBA, which is even crazier. But
was
not Greg, but Al Horford.
Buckets.
Corey Brewer, you remember him?
Yeah.
What else?
What do you mean, William Buford?
Joakim
Noah,
he was on that team.
Yeah.
Florida Gators were dope.
And then the little white point guard, the little shooter.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ohio State had a squad. I thought Greg Oden was going to be the next Shaquille O'Neal, but
knees.
RIP to his knees. I mean, it was
it'll
tough.
take the best ones down.
Yeah.
Literally.
RIP to his knees.
We love you, Darian.
Thank you.
Big knee braces.
Huge knee braces.
Locked up.
Yeah.
Just fall for no reason.
Yeah. That's tough looking for you guys.
Yeah, but let's get into that a little bit of the Alabama-Georgia game. It was a good turnout. So now, what is our national championship prediction? I think we've seen some good teams play some other good teams. It's early in the season. Let's just sprinkle in. Who do you think is your leading candidate to win the national championship?
I think, obviously, biasly, I'm rooting for Texas. But honestly, like the U, I love the U. There's so many teams that I like right now, but it's so hard to predict because there's 12 teams in the playoff now, which makes it 10 times better.
Yes.
Because you can lose one game and you're going to get in most likely if you're a powerhouse team. So Georgia's going to see Alabama again probably.
Oh yeah.
Maybe more than once.
They're going to
nuts.
Yes.
Then you got the U. Nebraska's still in the mix. They lost the one game, but they still
Tennessee
are going to be in it. Tennessee. I mean, there's
Ohio
so
State,
many teams.
you
Ohio
give
State.
them their,
it's going to come down to
Michigan's still in the mix. As crazy as that sounds, beating USC.
Yes.
If they can just have some type of pass game, it's not like their schedule's that much harder going forward.
No.
You already played Texas and USC.
Ohio State's a big one.
Ohio State's going to be tough, but I'm just saying there's still a chance, and there's going to be some 2-loss teams that get in that.
100%.
Yep.
There's going to.
And that's what we said about Michigan when they played Texas. They're either going to learn from that loss and win the big games, or they're just going to go and lose 4 games this year and lose every big game. And right now, it looks like they learned their lesson. They still got to figure out the quarterback situation.
Yeah. What about Colorado, though?
Colorado shocking the world?
Dude, 14-point underdogs go into UCF, and he said, you got all these recruits here. They're here to see us.
Yeah.
Got to smacking them.
Smacking them 48-21.
Yeah. What?
That's crazy. I was shocked. And
Shooketh.
I like Colorado. I watch every game.
Yeah. They're your team on NCAA.
They're my team. Let's ask Brogan how that went down. If we want to talk about it, I'll just throw it in.
I would be fired as a defense coordinator.
Do we want to talk about it a little bit? We could. I'm going to just say this. Travis Hunter had over 500 yards receiving versus Brogan and 5 touchdown catches. And we scored 87 points. We scored 87. So
Max and I were just kicking onside kicks after each time we scored. Did
anybody recover?
It started in the third, but yeah, it got. I wanted
minor details.
Yeah, Did
anybody recover? Did anybody get it on?
I might have got one.
He might have got one.
I might have got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Colorado, that's a big win for them. That's a big win for them. And their offense, they started to run the ball a little bit better last game.
How many sacks did you have when you guys played?
Not a lot. Maybe some, actually. But nonetheless.
Maybe a couple.
I'm just trying to see if it was realistic for you.
No, we had 5. I think we gave up 5.
Yeah.
But we were slinging it the whole game.
Colorado needs to win those big games, though. Because they try to say Deion's just a promoter over there. That's a big win for them.
Back to back.
Show them that they're playing
Baylor,
ball.
Beat UCF, both legit programs. So that's big.
Programs.
Who do we have up next? Who's Colorado play next? Do we know?
They're on bye week this week, from what I heard.
He is a fan.
They are on bye week.
Okay.
I watched the presser. Shut up, Uncle Deion. We could pull up our picture.
Uncle Deion.
Go way back,
Yeah,
good guy.
Yeah, your brother played with Deion.
So, my brother was roommates with his son, Deion Jr. So big shout out to him. Who does Colorado play? Let's Hercom, can you help us out there?
Herky, you got anything for us?
Herky.
Herky.
Week 7 at home against Kansas State.
Avery
that quarterback
Johnson?
is nice.
Avery Johnson?
K-State is nice.
He's nice.
Yes, bro.
K-State is
That
low-key
might be
nice.
something.
Hey, don't sleep on the cookies.
Whoa.
BYU
BYU is like that.
Undefeated.
Whoa.
I think they're undefeated.
They are.
That is
5-0.
going to be a shootout. Colorado
good.
versus K-State.
That's going to be a.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some big games coming up.
I love that. Once you
Missouri
get into
A&M
October,
next
it's
week.
football season.
Ohio State, Iowa.
Yeah, what's new?
There's a lot of games next week. Can we talk about Florida State real quick?
What about them?
I'm gonna opt out.
Did they get?
1-4, and they just got murdered again.
I'm pleading the fifth.
They really need to figure out what the they got going on because it's concerning at this point.
Do you want to know? I think. I think Deion. Yeah. I'm not going to take any hot takes.
I already know what I'm going to say.
I
I'm
plead
just
the
gonna not
fifth.
say it.
I think Deion goes down there and takes over that university.
Florida State.
They
If
passed on
Shador
him
leaves,
once.
if Shador and Travis leave, he goes down there and he takes over.
They pass on him once. and I don't-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is Spillane just shot me a text?
They saw him after.
Yeah,
His
love that
Costco
guy.
hoodie.
And his
said,
happy
"I'm
dad
so
hat.
Glad we held it down for you today. That's my guy.
Love that guy.
I love that.
I love you.
See,
That's all I'm
this is a
saying.
team right here.
He had his happy
Family
dad
spot
hat
guy.
on, his Costco hoodie. I was like, that's so on brand.
God.
Dude, Splain literally was like, "Do you guys want me to pull out my Costco membership card? I have it right here." And he literally took his backpack off, and we're like, "No, you're good. We believe you got one, bro."
Nice.
He doesn't
tier
fuck around.
Costco.
You know, I think he's an actual ambassador for the Costco brand now.
Yeah, he is. He's
I
the
fully-
highest tier
He
Costco.
pumps his
is.
gas there. Hurricane
Oh,
says.
100%.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the place? I think it's Sam's Club where they make you get in a line before you leave and they highlight your shit. Isn't that Sam's Club? or
Yeah,
is that
a lot of those
Costco?
places.
Bananas.
I think it might be Sam's Club. I don't know why I brought that up, but I just remember as a kid I was so irritated because you're trying to walk out and you have a line going out the door.
Oh, that is
Never
Sam's
heard of
Club.
that.
Yeah,
Easy to
Sam's
steal.
Club's,
Can we
Costco, all
talk
those
about
guys.
that? What the
And they don't even check the whole
Honestly.
receipt or your
Yeah.
cart.
They just look at it
And then
I'm
just-
like, I got to sit
They
here for
choose
20
your
more
biggest
minutes.
3 items, I think, that
Really?
to make sure you're not taking them home.
Walmart
free
definitely
ski.
didn't do that because we can talk about it now, but that Walmart got closed down in Ypsilanti.
Yeah.
Buy
I'm just
anything,
gonna
get
be
a free
honest.
water.
We took a lot of things out of there, and I'm not proud of it. So, statute of limitations.
You can't get people.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
proud
all
about
good.
that.
That place
I love you,
had to
Walmart.
close down.
It had to. It was
Walmart,
time.
that was
It was dangerous.
That wasn't safe.
Yeah.
It was dangerous.
You want to talk about like taking your kids to college and dropping them off and being nervous? Is if you dropped your kid off and went to Walmart to get him like dorm supplies, I'd pack him right back up in the car and go back home.
100%. I mean, the
Yes.
Popeyes right next to it had one of the drive-through windows. You couldn't even you couldn't look through the window. They had the metal thing you
Yep.
pulled out.
The sheet.
Yeah, because it was dangerous.
Excuse
Yeah.
me?
It was a thing. You know what I'm
Popeyes.
talking
I know
about.
exactly
It was
what
right
it
next
is.
to the Walmart.
It's like when you go to a gas station at nighttime and they shut down and
And
you
they
have
got
to
the
like
metal
drawer.
door. Yeah,
Those are the
drawer.
worst.
Yeah,
That's how it
horrible.
was.
And then they get mad at you for ordering something because they got to go grab it.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah,
Anyways.
we can go on a tangent. Let's go off on
Took a
talk about
left.
the NFL. We had some notable wins today. The Bucks beat the Eagles 33-16.
Big dub.
That was 21-24 nothing at one point.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was
It was
early
bad.
also.
That was a big
early.
response for the Bucks. They had a tough ass game last week. They got who did they lose to? They lost by a lot. Hercom. Fact
Yeah,
check?
just keep
They
ESPN
took
open.
a big loss.
Oh, they lost to the Bronchies. The
They lost
Broncos
to the
won, and then the
Yes.
Broncos beat the Jets today, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
They lost
The
to
Broncos beat the
last week.
Jets. That was
And then
tough.
the Broncos beat the Jets.
That was tough for us to
I mean,
digest.
that's two big
Yeah,
ones.
no
for
AJ
them,
Brown, no Devontae Smith, which is
tough.
tough.
But that was a big
But that's
response.
still like you
Baker
got
was cooking.
Saquon, you got a team.
Speaking of Baker, let's get this. Did you hear Tom Brady's comments on air?
Yeah, he was.
What'd he
really
say?
irritated.
You like the I like the
What'd he say?
fieriness though in him.
Oh, of course. Baker basically said like, yeah, we wanted to make it more fun, for the guys who were here. They
And
weren't
that's why they
having
brought him
fun. That's why they brought Baker. Like basically saying like, I don't know if he was necessarily pointing.
He said
at
it got
Russ
taken out of
being an issue.
context.
Yeah, it was kind of taken out of context. As you've seen them like talking before the game, they're all cool. But he basically said like, it wasn't fun when Tom was there. That's what it made it sound like.
High stress, basically.
Yeah, high
Yeah.
stress environment. And Tom was like, well, shit. What did he say exactly? Like,
Tom
if
said
you want to win
he's-
championships and
Yeah, he said basically
Yeah.
high stress. What'll get you is rings. He said,
Yeah.
I thought stress was when you don't have any rings.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tom's clapped back.
He did a mic drop. Yeah, and you got to respect this. Tom Brady. I mean,
is.
he gets to go.
It won him 7
He
rings.
could say whatever the fuck he wants, to be honest. And
That's fair. But good for
I mean,
Baker.
he's earned that. But Baker,
Good for
I
Baker.
mean,
He
Baker's
came
balling.
from
Baker's
what
balling.
we saw today on the field to playing well in Tampa. So I'm happy for him. He deserves that.
Yeah, big shout out to him.
No,
Go
that was a
Baker.
good game. And then
fucking
obviously the
Browns.
Vikings, they're out cold still.
4-0.
That's
4-0.
crazy.
Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson have a really good connection going on.
I mean, let's just 1,000-foot view. If I am a quarterback that's trying to become established, how do I get job security? Let me just feed one of the best receivers in the game every single time, even if he's not open.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get fired doing that.
No.
Never. And honestly,
it seems foreign to a lot of people.
I know.
yeah.
It's hard to do sometimes, though, too, right? You don't want to be the guy that's force-feeding. Obviously, you got Tay, right? Tay draws a lot of attention. And as a quarterback, there's unwarranted pressure every time you break that huddle. I'm assuming just because, that I need to get this guy the ball, which you do. Yeah. But when you start forcing,
then it's an issue.
Yes. When you play quarterback, you got to take what they give you, and then everything else will come together.
Yeah. I think that just what they do, like with the Vikings, you can talk about their defense all day. That's for another conversation. But Flores and them, he's got those guys cooking.
Yeah.
But on the offense side of the ball, like seeing what Kevin O'Connell's been able to do with quarterbacks is undeniable. And you go into a system like that, they're built to get Justin Jefferson the ball. You know what I mean? And that's what we talk about it with DeBoer. Like, this is our guy, and these are 2-3 weapons. Like, the whole offense is going to be based around getting them the ball as much as we can. So Sam Darnold's not forcing shit, but you could tell they're building it to where we're going to make sure he is our number one option. He's got a touchdown all 4 games so far. So, I mean, when you got a guy like that who's generational, and then, I mean, they got a lot of talent. Like, people had a lot of question marks around Darnold, but I mean, they've surrounded him with a good ass O-line, a lot of weapons, a good ass defense. I mean, it's a winning recipe.
And Jordan Addison's coming into his own. He had 2 tutties today.
Addison's nice as too.
He is nice as fuck.
Cold. He's cold.
Yes.
Rubicon guy too.
Yeah.
So shout out to Rubicon.
Is he?
Everybody.
Yeah, he is. They got a lot of guys.
It's money.
Early hot take, but I would take Kevin O'Connell right now for early coach of the year.
Oh, I like that.
He's
You
got
have
to be
to
the front runner, right?
Yeah, he has to be a front runner.
I mean, they're 4-0.
A lot of ball left, though.
A lot of people were questioning the whole Darnold situation, and then JJ got hurt against us in the preseason. So, but them coming out 4-0, I don't think anybody really predicted that.
No, you can't.
You got to give a shout out to Kevin O'Connell. Respect the shit out of him.
Yep,
he's a good ass coach.
100%.
Colts beat the Steelers
finally.
27-24.
Yeah.
What'd we say? I called that one all week.
Yep.
Hey.
All week.
We knew that. Unfortunately.
We all weirdly predicted that.
That was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it was more so just because if history tells us anything, it was a time for the Steelers to lose. It just was. It was. And you know what's even crazier? Joe Flacco, out the flesh, coming in there and saving the day, of course.
Darren knows about that more than anybody.
I miss him.
Yes.
I miss Joe Flacco. Joe, I miss you.
We love you, Joe.
And we love you for what you did for us.
He speaks for all the civilians in Cleveland, Ohio.
And the Ohio region. Yeah, but you got to,
miss you.
Big shout out to Joe Flacco. You got to respect it. The dude he wins.
He does.
He finds a way to win.
And he doesn't just come in and manage. He starts dicing.
No, he is not game managing. He's slinging that motherfucker.
He doesn't care. He's throwing tough routes. He does not care. I love him.
He can make every throw. His athleticism has dwindled a little bit over the years. He's been in the league for 20 years, but he can still sling the.
Something about a Joe Flacco QB sneak is unbelievable.
It's efficient.
He's a tall glass of water, dude.
3-4 yards.
No, for
top
sure.
one.
Yeah.
No,
honestly, last year was the year of the backup quarterback. This year, I feel like is the year of the veteran quarterback. Andy Dalton gave them a run for their money today. The Bengals, they look like a completely different team. To be honest,
Andy Dalton was cooking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
He was cooking.
Andy Dalton. I mean, he's a multiple-time Pro Bowler. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, I know he hasn't been a starter for a long time, whatever. But like, you see what he does every time he comes in. He plays well, and I mean, we've found out about that last week, but he doubled down. He played pretty well and gave them a shot to beat the Bengals on the road. So. Or I think they might have been at home, but yeah. I mean, there's a lot of vet quarterbacks playing well. There are. Darnold, another one. A lot of guys that were counted out. Gardner Minshew. Stop sleeping on him.
Yeah.
Another dub. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Then what's our last one? We got Commanders.
Oh. Yeah. So what about the Commanders this season? They have a completely new identity. You have Jaden Daniels coming in, and just what was it, like the highest completion percentage?
Yeah, I think he's 82% right now or something like that.
Silly.
Absolutely insane. They got a solid run game that they got going on.
Yep.
Like this is a new team.
Kingsbury's cooking though. Yeah. Especially they keep saying that it's a college offense. They're cooking. I mean, Jaden Daniels playing real well.
Offense. If you're scoring 42 points in
the
they did
National
against
Football
the Bengals,
League.
39 against.
Yeah.
Bro, they're cooking, and Kingsbury is. I mean, he's like that. And then you get a head coach like Dan Quinn, got a ton of energy.
Yep.
Has had a #1 defense last couple years. Throw a Cliff Kingsbury and a top quarterback on top of it. Yep. Shit happens like that. And then we talked about it this offseason, but the people they brought in, nobody was talking about how
They
many
have a
guys-
team.
They brought in Bobby Wagner.
Yep.
They
Yep.
brought in who else they bring in?
Running back from
They brought
LA.
Eckler.
Yep.
They signed so many
I mean,
guys.
Scary Terry
on
is
all
like
three
that.
levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scary Terry is like
He's
that.
nice.
They got
Former Buckeye.
They got just guys across the board that can go, and
Yeah.
I mean they're f***ing cooking right now. They're 3-1 right now.
Yeah.
I think they're what are they #1 in the division?
They could be. I would have to
Eagles
look.
are 2-2.
They are, yeah. Number one.
They're #1.
That's
Cowboys
fact-checking.
2-2. Giants are 1-3, and they're #1, which is wild. But
Good for
that's
them.
the NFL.
It is
it's
the
a
NFL.
year-to-year game, and they're balling right now.
Yeah, shit. Week to week.
Week to week, day to day.
Yes.
Second to second.
100%.
Millisecond to. Okay, I'm just keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going. Anyway,
So that's
we're back.
That wraps up any of the big notable ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I think we have to segue into our different segment. Segue into our segment of Dog of the Day.
Yes.
Oh.
I love that dog today. There was a lot of barking today there.
There was a lot of barking, unfortunately, but they didn't have the bark by the end of the game. So big shout out to the Raider Nation. Big shout out to the Silver and Black. But our dog of the day, it's a very unique one.
Who is it?
Very.
First timer.
Curveball.
Curveball, literally. That sounded so wrong. But definitely a curveball. Definitely a first timer.
1,000%.
Definitely not expected.
Maybe a last timer.
No. This guy. This might be a trend now.
This is
he is that
something.
different. He is that different.
We
There's
saw
a
the
reason.
perfect angle as well.
Yes.
Like they were high level.
Spirals.
Spirals, bombs away. I sent him a classic text.
I'd
I'm
love
not
to-
going to share.
I wish we
Yeah.
could tell everyone his nickname, but we just can't.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it in house. But our dog
I'll
of the
say
day is our first time nominee. What is it? Is that the right word? First time winner. First
Recipient.
time recipient.
Yep.
Our boy AJ Cole, dog of the day. This dude was bombs away all day. You talk about complimentary football. What were you about to say?
I was gonna clap.
He wanted it.
I wanted to clap.
Yeah.
Big shout out to AJ.
I
We'll
wanted to
double clap.
AJ
That
Gold-
made you-
Yeah.
the
We'll do it
performance today, like, you get 2 claps for that because
Yes.
that was unbelievable.
AJ Gold member Cole.
All right.
You know why. His medallion's painted gold. The guy's got a hammer. Let's go, baby. He's put him inside the 4, 2 inside the 10-yard line. It was a game of yeah.
Just lets it rip.
But it was.
Goes down.
We talked about a game of field position
It
today.
is a game of field position.
Complimentary football.
Complimentary football.
Big
we
deal.
talk
We-
about it. Half court offense, full court defense.
Thank
That
you.
is why we won the game. That's how we play. And AJ Cole, best punter in the league, not even a question. First team All Pro. Big shout out to our guy AJ Cole. We sent him a nice message before this. We were having a good laugh, but in all seriousness, AJ, dog of the day. He changed the game in many ways. He was pinning them inside. Yes. What is it? Twice inside the 5, twice inside the 10.
Yes.
Something
Twice
along
inside
those
the 10.
lines.
Average 58 yards.
58 yards a punt. This dude is an animal. They call him, what's his nickname?
I just told
they call
you.
him Steroid. That's what our special teams coach, big shout out to Tom McMahon if you're watching. They call him Steroid because he has a steroid leg and
He's going to get a test first thing Tuesday
yeah.
after Wednesday morning.
And speaking of that, the NFL just texted me right before this, and I have a drug test tomorrow, and I don't even know why. They might have watched my Instagram live after the game while I was screaming in the camera, and they think something's wrong with me. So I'm getting a drug test in the morning. So shout out to you, Roger Goodell. But yeah, so
First the helmet, now this.
first the helmet, now this.
But we got the helmet.
Unacceptable. Second one, I got tested after the Ravens game too, so they're on to me.
That's okay. To be like Conor McGregor of the
Piss
NFL,
myself
most
every
tested
fucking day.
athlete.
I'm with that. That's a compliment. Honestly, I'm not even on the field, and they think I'm up. So
Yeah.
it's all good. Shout out to Roger. But dog of the day, we're giving it to our boy AJ Cole.
Way to show up, AJ.
Great job today.
Big shout out to you, AJ. Legend.
And-
Great hair. It takes balls to sack a quarterback. It takes Sax underwear to support your balls. I've teamed up with Sax as their newest ambassador to bring you game-changing underwear. Sax underwear is versatile and comfortable. I wear it to train, hang out, and even sleep. They've got a pair for everything, and it allows me to be limitless every day. Use my code, the Rush 24 for 15% off at Saks.com. Saks underwear with the ballpark pouch changes the game. Period.
We have the Big Sack segment, sponsored by our friends at Saks.
Show me your big sack.
Sponsored by Saks.
Yes.
I mean, what the? How
2 X's,
perfect is
2
that?
for the
We're
big
here.
boy Max.
How perfect is that?
2 X's, big Sacks.
Great group of people.
I mean,
And you,
great
you
group
want
of
to know
people.
what was so coincidental about this whole situation?
Talk to them.
We got to go meet the crew today,
Yes.
and we were in the
Yeah.
suite with them, and their suite was right down there on like the 30-yard line ish,
Yeah.
right there, like field level almost.
Yeah.
And so they got to witness our big sack of the day right in front of their eyes. The first time being at a
Love
Raiders
a big
game.
sack in front of my eyes. He laughed. You heard him juggle?
This is-
Well, you're saying it too.
You're just saying about alley-oops right now. He can't
So
help
they got to
himself.
see it, and so I'm glad that it was a good first episode, first segment
God, I
for the
love
big
it.
sack.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Wop, go ahead and talk us through. Let's pull this up here, please.
Pull
and what
it
we're gonna
up.
do? We're gonna go real slow.
By the way, have you seen Gruden's videos he's putting up? He said,
insane.
"You know I'm sweating, man." And who's he talking about? One of the running backs. He said, "Because I just got done watching Joe Mixon run the football.
Yeah. And then he goes,
That's why I'm sweating." Yeah.
punches the camera.
All right. I've been watching Joe Mixon
Completely.
football film all morning.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go
Fired
slow
up.
here. We're gonna drag that little. Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
Yeah, look at us.
So let's talk us through this game. Talk about the scenario. What this means.
Go back to the beginning real quick. I'll just slide that back. You know, clearly, we got a 5-man front right here.
4th and 3
We got
to
our
win
boy,
the game.
4th and 3 to win the game. Everything on the line. We only have one timeout, so we know it's win or go home right
Yeah.
now. So big shout out to PG. Not going to say exactly what's going on up front. I don't want to give away anything, but as you can see, you can let it play a little bit. We got a little game going on inside. You see our boy Adam Butler setting it up.
Look at him. Takes 2.
Our boy Christian penetrating, and look at Snow slide right through the B gap.
Never gave up.
Never gave up. Hunts him down. Our boy KC. Look at the little details. Go back a little bit right there.
He was going for ball.
KC's in contain right here. Deshaun's looking downfield to throw it, and this is the things that go unnoticed. Match hands. Let it play. Let it play right here. Hand up right before he's about to throw the ball.
Yes.
Wasn't able to throw. Snowden comes in. The snowman, the blizzard,
Look at him.
ends the game.
Walk off.
Let's run that back one more time. I just want to see it because it was beautiful from start to finish. So you see Spillane's hugging up front. Of
course.
Hugging the back. Had nowhere to go with it.
No.
And this is just hunting the ball. 4=1. Everyone playing together. You see Robbie Leonard fired up on the sideline.
Look at J-Rob.
Look at J-Rob in the flesh. The crowd losing their mind.
Look at him.
I mean, that's what it's all about, and that's just what we talk about. That's what we bank on. And they ran a great truck game up front. We put this in this week, and it worked. And Snowden executed, came through the B gap, and finished the playoff. So this, as a D line, this is what makes the table stand up in front of me. This is how excited I get about it. So
That's why you can't stand up.
Through that cup technology.
100%. Big shout out to Sacks.
Big shout out to Sacks.
But this is what it's all about. And look at the energy. Just let it play. Watch the sideline.
That's why I love the
John
most.
Miranda with the water
Look
bottle
at
just
Coach
fired
Schneider.
up. Who?
I don't know.
I don't know, Coach Schneider. But yeah, might have made that up. But yeah, this is what it's all about. Just let it play. Crush the pocket. This is beautiful.
Just
and just
absolutely
explosion.
insane. It just chaos.
Look,
in
it
there.
made Marvin Lewis jump off his feet, and I didn't even think that was possible. So this is just incredible. Big shout out to Marv. And then you just see look at the Cleveland fan with the chain on.
He's
Zoom in on
sick.
him. Can we do that?
Why does the dude
look
have
at the guy
a-
in the top right there, the chain and the shades.
Why does he have
He's
an
just
orange
sick
thing
in the
on his
stomach.
head?
I don't know. I think it's a.
I am
bandana
glad
of
you
some
said
sort.
that, though, about matching hands, because I thought that in the moment. If he's not getting that ball off, no matter what, it's over.
100%.
Game over.
Match hands, it's such a little detail that's so important.
Yes.
And especially as D lineman, you get a little antsy when you're around the quarterback, and you forget the little details. And you match hands with the quarterback, he's going to hold the ball a little bit longer and allow Snow to get there. So, and just look at the energy. Look at Tommy Eichenberg, Tommy Football in there getting fired up. Everyone's fucking
Not a great
losing it.
dancer, but a great player.
Look at Robbie Leonard.
Shout out to
Look at
Rob. The man.
That's what I meant.
Look at Christian just cheesing. Everyone's just fired up.
They're hugging.
Oh, this is,
Stefanski.
still makes me sick. I wanted to be there, but this just shows you another reason why I shouldn't have been there, because I would have been on the field right now.
Jumping.
So yeah, we'll save it for next week. But
Wow.
That is a great breakdown.
Congrats
God,
to
it's
Snowden, the
beautiful.
first one, part of the Sacks family.
Yeah, and, hey, and he had a half a sack last week.
Yeah,
Big shout
that
out to
was
Snow.
awesome.
He's coming up.
He's
That was awesome.
He's coming on.
So that's your Big Sack segment brought to you by Sacks. We'll be here for it next week.
Yes,
and
we
it's
will.
going to be a 3-piece with a side of fries from Wop.
Yes,
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
and he's going to sit there and walk us through what happened.
100% he will.
All right.
He better.
I'm going to mold that.
100%.
It's a condor breakdown.
I'm
It's
going
a
to mold
condor
that.
breakdown right
It is
there.
a condor breakdown.
God, shout out to Baldy. Little clap hand.
Yes.
That's a big shout.
Great job, Baldy. We love you,
Great
man.
work.
Love
Great
you,
work.
guys.
Which, by the way, Baldy breaking down film for 3-4 hours at Sack Summit. If you,
Oh my God.
if you're not in that room, somehow you need to find a way in that room because it is all time.
All time. And then Vaughn's comments on the side that we won't discuss, but just all time. Dude's a legend.
Do you know what week it is?
What? It's about to be week
It's
5.
a happy dad
Yeah.
week.
That's what it says.
Well, whatever.
Anyways, so
But
we're
it's okay, we still
gonna
love
we're
it.
gonna get on to week 5
Details.
preview.
Details. You should see this is a little.
Wait a minute.
A little offside segment right here.
Yeah.
But I'm.
Details.
This is why I call this out because this is a Marinelli thing. But Marinelli, you know, he's the toughest critic in the world. So anytime there was a slide up back in those days, if Travis, our assistant D-line coach, if there was any word spelled wrong or anything
Grammar,
off, he
please.
would call him out because it's about the details. That's what we hone in on.
100%.
So he'd be like, "What are you trying to rush it? You're not doing it right. It's got to be everything's got to be on point." So every time Robbie goes up there and puts up a slide, he might be a little dyslexic, so it's like it makes it even harder. But I mean, there's some words that he just completely
Mumbles through.
just butchers. He put up like. It'll be a simple word, like a 5-letter word, and it'll be just completely scrambled and thrown on the screen. And I call him out every single time, and he gets so irritated.
Yes.
But Christian just sits there, he's like, "Oh yeah, Tanakius, yeah, real good." And yeah, exactly. A little shit like that. So
His brain's
anytime
moving
there's
faster.
grammar off, I'm gonna point that out. So that's a Marinelli thing. Every detail matters. Knock on wood if you're with
D,
me. Shout out to
hand
Grid.
up. I had mine up earlier. Great job. Let's get over to the Rushmen,
Anyway.
though. One of the best segments there is Rushmen, highlighting the top rushers
Yeah.
off the league.
Besides the big sack, I mean, the Rushman of the week might be my favorite.
It has to
It
be.
has to be. I mean,
Because the big dogs eat.
the big dogs eat.
Yep.
D lineman hunting the quarterback. There was a lot of guys, getting after it today. We didn't have any 4-piece, 5-piece, 7-piece, no records, but we did have a lot of guys getting after the quarterback. So we're gonna start number 3. This dude's underrated. I've been watching him for a long time. I've been watching him ever since he was at Kansas. Dude's a baller. He just signed a big deal with Washington.
Yep.
That's another free agent we forgot to mention.
Yep.
Signed a deal with Washington. This dude balled out today. 5 tackles, 1.5 sacks versus the Cardinals in a big win. Dorrance Armstrong. The dude is a absolute baller. He's an Adam Butler type guy. Doesn't get the amount of respect he deserves, but his play speaks for itself and his contract speaks for itself. He earned that right, and he earned that money because this dude has been in Dallas balling for years, and he's gotten better and better every single year. And now you see him going to Washington and continue to get better. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to their head coach as well because Dan Quinn had him in Dallas and brought him over. And obviously that just shows you he believes in him. And getting 1.5 sacks today in a big win, that's always big. So number 3, Rushman of the week is our boy, Dorrance
Let's go,
Armstrong.
baby.
Big shout out to you, brother.
I mean,
Absolute baller.
Great work.
Yeah.
Very underrated. And then number 2, as much as this hurts to say, and it's hard to give credit to these guys, I do respect them. And at number 2, they got another win. They beat the Chargers, which I do like to see. Not gonna lie, but it is the Chiefs. And our guy Chris Jones, 2-piece chicken nugget, 4 tackles, and you can't help but just give the dude respect.
He's a beast, dude.
I mean, he's a animal.
Yeah.
Absolute animal. Just country strong. Dude plays straight up in the air and somehow just throws
Literally.
people around like children.
Yeah.
Got one of probably the best hands in the league of an interior rusher that I've seen in the last 10 to 15 years, without a doubt. Besides Aaron Donald,
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there. This dude is a dominant force. He knows when it's the big moment. He knows when it's time to step up and make a big play. He's always that guy. And I feel like that's what separates the elite, is in big moments, you step up and make big plays and get out to the quarterback and force fumbles, shit like that. And this dude does it on a consistent basis. So number 2 coming in this week, Chris Jones, 2-piece chicken nugget inside of, I don't know, what sauce do you
Blue
guys
cheese.
like? Not blue cheese.
He likes cane sauce.
I do love cane sauce.
Cane sauce is great.
Pressure.
And Wingstop Ranch. Elite.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, number
Great
2,
job.
Chris Jones. Big shout out to you.
And awesomeness
Very
sauce.
random.
I do love Chick-fil-A sauce, though. We can't go. without
Yeah,
that.
Chick-fil-A sauce
It's
gets
fire.
done. It's like a mixture of, I don't know what
Mayonnaise.
it's like Thousand Island / mayonnaise.
It's mid.
Anyway.
He's got the palate of a child.
At number 1. Anyway. This is a first-timer.
Yeah.
First-timer. Big dog. Big dog. This is a big dude. Interior dude.
Interior dude, but he's only 6'1".
He's only 6'1". Little undersized. I think he's 290, listed 285, 290, something like that. Undersized guy. But I got to give shout out to the 49ers D-line coach because Chris Kasarik, I believe that's how you pronounce it, that dude is a dog. And he gets those guys on point. He produces rushers every single year. Yeah. And no matter where they come from, they come in and produce. You've seen Arden goes to the Niners, career year. You get a guy like Klee, goes there, career year.
Yep.
They bring in dudes from everywhere, and they just come in and produce. So big shout out to Chris Kasarik. You got to give him his flowers. We had a hell of an interview at the Combine. The dude berated me for about 15 minutes and then apologized last year when I seen him at camp. He's like, I'm sorry, man. From where I came from, it was a big deal in the press. I'm like, listen, I don't give a At that time, I probably deserved it, so it's all good.
That's growth.
Got to give him his flowers. He's a hell of a coach. But Kevin Givens, this dude's a first timer, and he's number 1 this week. Had 3 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and they got the dub. Who did they beat?
Who? The Niners?
I'm forgetting off the top of my head. They beat the Patriots.
30-13.
30-13. So they went in there. They got after him. I know they defensively. I mean, they were getting after him. I see Fred Warner. Big shot, Fred Warner.
That pick, he fell on the ground and returned it.
Pick 6. They were flying around, making plays, and dominated. So Kevin Givens, underrated, undersized, but balling. 3 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Big shout out to you. You're number 1 Rushman of the week.
Yeah.
Number 1 Rushman, baby.
Number 1 Rushman.
That's
big
big
time.
Absolutely.
That's big.
Yeah,
Good accolade.
I mean, great accolade to have. I mean, big deal.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for us.
It is.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to cover? I mean, we've covered a lot of weird things today, and I kind of like it. So
I love this. But I know we did hint and we talked and we sprinkled. We mentioned doing a little bit of something pregame in the J-Lot, but we didn't do it, right?
Yeah.
But what we did is we rescheduled it so it's better. We're going to do it for the next home game.
Yes.
So for the Steelers, we're going to be here in person again.
Yep.
And we're going to be with our friends at Happy Dad. But we're going to be doing something pregame. We got some cool stuff we want to hand out. Meet the Condor Cartel.
Yep.
And have a couple of these with you.
Yeah.
While Max is preparing to hand the Yinzers and out.
100%. It'll be a good time. Come over, take some pics. Just get the vibes high before we roll in there for a big time dub, big time matchup.
We need elite energy.
Big sacks.
Elite energy. I'll be getting ready for the game, but these boys will be here ready to rock, and it's going to be phenomenal. But first, we got to take care of Denver. Go to Denver. Go get a dub. That's number 1 right now. So
yeah. Other than that, I think I don't think there's much else. I'm going home here soon.
Finally.
Tuesday.
Get dressed.
Yeah. I got to go home. Miss the dogs.
It's been what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Wow.
Out here in the desert.
In the desert.
But
Lucky.
You and Leslie Chow just getting after it.
Leslie Chow.
No. Sorry.
So long.
I just watched Hangover last night.
So
Great
long.
film.
Darian. Yeah. But no, Max, real quick before we do, because everyone's curious. Obviously, Broncos matchup is always huge.
Yep.
What are you anticipating with Bo Nix? We ran him at the Lakers game.
Yep.
And now what are you expecting from Sean Payton? Season 2, big dub for you guys this week upcoming. And then let's just close around out.
100%. Yeah. Big matchup. Both 2-2. Division game. We're 0-1 in the division. That's got to change. So we look forward to going in there and doing what we do. We got to play our best football, complementary, half-court offense, full-court defense, and get after him from start to finish. Respect the hell out of Sean Payton. I mean, he's won a lot in this league. They got a lot of good players over there. So at the end of the day, we got to do what we do, and that's play Raider football, and we definitely plan on doing that. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do until then. We're gonna enjoy, obviously the big win today.
Yep.
But our mind's already on Denver. We're gonna be locked and loaded and ready to go. So it's a big ass game on the road, going to Mile High, my favorite place to play. So cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. So that's all we got. I mean. This is what week is that?
Darian, what episode number though is this? Actually, 26 or 27 today?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. It's not on the paper.
Oh, well,
put it on the paper.
That's
then.
fine.
I'm not doing this.
On top of your tire, ruining my tire and wheel, and
we're back on that.
Yep.
No, this is episode 27 though.
Throw it back.
Finally got fixed.
Episode 27 though.
Episode 27.
Season 2.
Name the 3 greatest 27s in NFL history. Go.
Eddie George.
Eddie George.
Thank you, fact checker.
Who else?
27?
Throw your football guys.
You got one in the chamber?
Larry Johnson threw up the rock, running back.
Larry Johnson.
He asked for 3. That's 1.
Baller.
I gave 1.
He gave
We need
you
one more from you now.
He gave you 1.
He gave you 1. So you guys have to come up with somebody. 27. Think.
Kareem Hunt, your turn.
There you go.
Well,
Kareem Hunt, hey.
that works.
It counts.
You're stumped.
Darian, you're stumped. Here we go.
Maybe Darian will have an answer on episode 28.
27.
I know, it's terrible.
If I know.
I know.
Embarrassing.
You're fucked.
Unacceptable.
Kareem Hunt.
We're not doing that today. What are we doing?
Take us home.
All right, we're going to take this one home. Darian, that's a fine. Anyway, we
Wrap
love
it
you
up.
guys. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing. It's been an incredible episode 27 for Darian because he doesn't know one player with that number, but I still love him and we respect him. And
Give me another one.
Ray Rice. You didn't want to say that one?
I'll say it. Ray Rice. That was in my head, but I didn't want to say it.
I don't think it was. I don't think it
But
was.
you can't
I think
prove
Hurk-
that because you weren't in there. So
Might have been Hurcom, but it's all good. Anyway, we love you guys. Keep tuning in.
Yes.
Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to everybody involved in this machine.
Yep.
Whatever they say, they doubt you, they love you, all that's irrelevant. You got to show up and you got to put your body to work every single day. And you got to keep winning because winning requires all of you. So keep showing up. We love you guys. This is the Rush Pod with my brothers. Let's get it.
Let's get it. That's some mad motivation.
Peace.
Raiders!
Walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him.